We actually offer so many products in Agrochemical. We are into production or supply of herbicides, rodenticides, insecticides, and then farm protective clothing like Wellington boots and then raincoats. And we also provide farm services to the farmers. We go to the field and even do demonstrations to the farmers, and then we even give the farmers what they need in the field. Sometimes we'll be able to identify the problems in the field, and then we'll be able to address them. We have a field staff that does that. What inspired me was I was born into the farming activity already, because my father was a farmer, and then they raised me up in the farm gate. So what happened was that I was able to identify problems that were affecting the farmers. There was one, the farmer was having so many enemies, including weeds, which is one of the enemy, including insects, which is one of the enemy, and then lack of certain soil amenities in the soil. So I look at that and I said, well, what will I do to be able to help myself and the farmers so that more labor will reduce? Hence, I begin to research on it on myself, inquire how will I get into to solve this problem. And that made me to go into the agri business, to the agrochemicals, by providing them the herbicides and insecticides just to solve the farmer problem. My name is Wunpini. I work with Wunpini Agrochemicals as the MD. The company mission is to provide quality agri inputs, and then to provide what the farmer needs, and to make sure that the farmer get all the quality food inputs, and to be able to maximize profit. Hence, more yields is required. We actually offer so many products in Agrochemical. We are into production or supply of herbicides, weedicides, insecticides, and then farm protective clothing like Wellington boots and then raincoats. And we also provide farm services to the farmers. We go to the field and even do demonstrations to the farmers, and then we even give the farmers what they need in the field. Sometimes we'll be able to identify the problems in the field, and then we'll be able to address them. We have a field staff that does that. What inspired me was I was born into the farming activity already, because my father was a farmer, and then they raised me up in the farm gate. So what happened was that I was able to identify problems that were affecting the farmers. There was one, the farmer was having so many enemies, including weeds, which is one of the enemy, including insects, which is one of the enemy, and then lack of certain soil amenities in the soil. So I look at that and I said, well, what will I do to be able to help myself and the farmers so that more labor will reduce? Hence, I begin to research on it on myself, inquire how will I get into to solve this problem. And that made me to go into the agri business, to the agrochemicals, by providing them the herbicides and insecticides just to solve the farmer problem. We contribute a lot. What we do is that we, as I said, we provide what the farmer needs to solve their problems. We give them quality inputs, we give them quality fertilizers, we give them agronomic practice. Hence, we teach them what to do in the field. And in nutshell, most of the products that people bring, we are actually go into the demonstration and be able to tell the farmer what to do with that product to be able to get the results. The expansion.
Innovation in the
Well, the innovations and expansions actually got to do with me going into other areas, and because agri sector, for instance, we don't actually sell to the farmer and leave them alone. The expansion here is that we collaborate with other NGOs actually operating in the northern sector. So we support their farmers, we give them teaching on the field, we demonstrate to them, and then other areas that need our services, they call on us, and then we go to the fields to be able to help them. Expansion, we actually want to go into so many areas, not only into the agri sector, because it's like the sector is now getting choked. A lot of people are now got to know the use of herbicides, insecticides, and all that. So it is time for us to do a lot of divert such small so that we can not only focus on one area. Because this is a seasonal base in northern sector. Just 4 months in a year, the year is ended, the season is ended. So you need to go into other areas so that you can be able to break through. Well, with that one, what we do is that we are able to tell the farmers the uses of these chemicals, not to dispose them anyhow. Sometimes when we, in part of our training, is to tell them how to dispose the empty containers so that the chemicals may not be washed into our rivers, and then people will go and drink it. But we ask them to gather the empty containers in a cave so that they can lock it and then give it out to the companies that are actually, there are other companies that needs the empty container so that they can give it to them for disposal. Well, it is a lucrative business for all young ones to join, because the farmer always needs labor, and the labor is not there. It based on these chemicals and the fertilizer that you can use to actually give to the farmer to get what the farmer needs. So one thing that our advice is that they should go into the agri business and to help them, so that when they are even farming, it's easy because they have the product themselves. It's just the matter of them, the little profit they get, they will invest into their farms, and then they will see that expansion goes on. One thing that will affect them, like sometimes it affects us, is government intervention, because government will come with its policy. For instance, maybe it's bringing, let's say, one farm gate where they will have all the product in one community, and then it will be serving the community. Hence, our business is going off in the system like that. So government is now going to take over. So the only thing we can do is that it's like we have to do partnership with government so that we can be able to survive. Or else our side, the business is actually going like that. Well, the industry is full of challenges. This is one of the things I just mentioned, government intervention. The other thing is that if you are a distributor, you'll be competing again with your suppliers. Your suppliers will give you product to sell and give you time to pay. So within that period, they are also bringing the same product to the same locality, the same communities, and they are serving the same farmers. So you are not able to meet the target they have given you, because the same farmer is buying from you, the distributor, and the supplier. So you realize that there is a problem there. And then the other thing is that you try to serve your farmers by supporting them with credit, and then repayment becomes very difficult after the harvest. Sometimes the farmer may not get yield, and then it is a problem. So these are a few challenges I can mention. Well, in a nutshell, what I can say is that agri sector is good, and it requires a lot of time for you to go into, especially if you're a young guy or young lady. Try to go into the sector, but you need to have time, or else you will spend all your monies in the field and then you may not get anything, because thefts will come. I mean, when you are going into, you give money and then people will take away the money away or take the goods away that you're giving to them to actually apply in the field. They may just apply small and then the rest is gone. That's why I ask by you getting enough time to be there. Even in the shops, if you are not having time to always be in the shop, then forget of opening shops and forget of expanding, because when you are expanding shops, opening here and there, and your management is not strong, that ends you. You can't be here, you can't be there. People are not really honest. At the end of the day, your shop will collapse. Well, for me, I'm always in Tamale. Tamale is actually my main office. This is just one of the retail shops. There are other shops that we have, and we have our warehouse too, where we cut all our goods. So you can get me just on the Waterwise Bonzali Road, Bonzali ADB Road. We are just on the main road. And then when you go to on the Guruguyepasi Road, our main warehouse is there. And when you get to Savologu, just at Mary Boforo's house, you get us there. So we have got a lot of affiliates who pick from us and go and sell. And our telephone number is 0244 290 265, 0244 290 265, and 020 641 8231.